The purpose of this tutorial is to show you how to export data and compile reports so that you can analyze the Designbuilder output data in different ways and communicate model data and results effectively to other people. During this tutorial, I'll export data to various file types or as report topics and show you how to compile and use reports to aid iterative analysis. In the previous tutorial, I showed you how to use the different display options, such as these temperature distribution graphs to identify summer overheating hours, and the grid format to undertake simple analysis like identifying the maximum operative temperature experienced in a zone during the simulation period. This level of data analysis is sufficient for most projects. However, there are occasions when you may wish to export data for other types of analysis or to present results in a different format in other software packages. Some useful data export options are available from the File menu here. This tutorial will focus on Designbuilder's export data tools, which enable you to export data directly from the Edit, Visualize, Heating and Cooling Design, and Simulation screens. The type of data you can export varies depending on the data you're viewing at the time you are using the Export Data tool. I'll now look at each type of screen export in turn. Clicking on the Export Data tool produces the Export Data dialog. In all of these screens, we can choose where we want to export the data to. The File option stores the output in a file which can be imported into your documents or emails, and the Printer option sends the output directly to the printer. The Clipboard option is used to store the data in the Windows clipboard, which can then be pasted directly into other software such as word processing packages. The Report Topic option is used within Designbuilder and can be used to generate reports using the Compile Report tool, which I'll cover later. In the Edit screen, we can use the Export Data tool to export a non-rendered 3D image of the building or a 3D DXF file from the Layout tab here. This is equivalent to the File menu option to export 3D DXF model shown earlier. The Layout tab is the only tab in the Edit screen where you can export data using the Export Data tool. The available export formats are listed in the drop-down menu here, and a brief description of each of the formats is provided in the help file. The format selected is generally determined by the required image quality and file size. Selecting the DXF option allows you to export data to files which can be opened in CAD programs or packages such as Google SketchUp. Here's an example showing the tutorial model imported into Google SketchUp. There are two options available. The Whole Model with Details option includes all of the details of the model as seen on the Visualization tab. The Zones option generates internal surfaces as used in simulations and other energy calculations. When exporting to the graphical formats, you can change the size and orientation of your exported image using the options here. I'll export a PNG image to a file and open it directly. You'll notice that the exported image only shows the core data, i.e. the image from the layout screen. I could then import the image into other software and use the editing tools in that package to change its size or add text. Similar options are available here in the Visualize screen, where I can export a rendered image of the building, including shading if required. Here I'll export a JPEG image to the clipboard and paste that image directly into Microsoft Word. This can be used to show an impressive image of your model on the cover sheet of a client report, for example. The data export options in the heating and cooling design and simulation tabs are the same, so I'll only use the simulation tab during this tutorial. We can export graphical data from these screens in the same way as I've demonstrated previously. The graphical output options are commonly used to export images such as the zone internal gains, heat balance and temperature distribution graphs for use in client reports. I'll now change the view to show only the basic comfort data in the grid format. This grid option enables me to export the data to a file or the clipboard in the comma-separated value spreadsheet format. I'll save the file to the default location and select the option to open it directly. Here you can see that the data is presented in the same tabulated format as shown in the simulation screen. The exported data can now be used to undertake further analysis, export into other packages, or simply present the results in different graph or chart formats. The final export option available to us is the report topic, which can be used to store snapshots of model data, including model descriptions, graphic images of the model, and results. When this option is selected, a second tab called Report is created, where you can enter captions and notes. Report topics within Designbuilder are most commonly used to provide an audit trail or history of the model as it evolves. It can be a very useful tool when undertaking your own analysis or, for example, discussing with your client the results from different iterations of the model. Entering captions and text which show the iteration or modelling stage and which highlight the aspect of interest in that particular image helps to simplify your comparative analysis. Here, for example, I can save an image of the internal gains in the ground floor east zone before adding window shading. I'll call the image iteration 1 and note that it's the base model. I can then view the report topic using the compile report tool. You can see the caption name here on the left and also the name and notes below the main image. Any or all of the report topics can be deleted if selected, i.e. those topics which display this tick symbol, by clicking the delete button below. I'll now add external window blinds to the ground floor east zone glazing so you can see how easy it is to compare results. Before making any changes to the model, it's generally best to lock the y-axis so that the results are shown against the same scaled axis, making direct comparison very easy. After adding external window blinds to the zone glazing and rerunning a simulation during the summer design week, I'll import the same image as iteration 2. Noting that I added external window blinds. Using the Compile Report tool, you can immediately see the impact and scale of the reduced heat gains when the two graphs are compared. The report topics can be exported to a report document using the options in the Compile Report screen tool. Enter a title for the report, select which report topics you want to include in the report by ticking those topics, set the scale factor, and specify the required layout options. I'll choose the portrait option at one topic per page and click OK, which exports the data into the default word processing software on your computer. Again, you can choose where to save the file, and I'll open it directly. The administrative details are included at the top of the first page here, with the individual report topics shown on the pages below. You can then edit the report in the normal way using the options available in your word processor. This tutorial has demonstrated how easily you can export data for analysis in a variety of formats, and how report topics can help you quickly undertake comparative analysis of results and export data into a report.